Vendors, Prime Day is approaching and you want to make sure that you have enough inventory. Now, Amazon doesn't always order enough. Whilst they have intelligent systems that are looking at previous sales history, looking at the number of sessions going to those product pages, and have a huge amount of data that supports the quantities that they order, sometimes that inventory might not be enough. And it's important for you, even though you can't control what Amazon orders, to have an inventory backup plan. Now, typically, most vendors will work with Amazon on an in-network fulfillment basis. And what that means is that you as the vendor have your inventory in the warehouse, in your warehouse, and send that inventory to Amazon's fulfillment centers. And once a customer places an order, that inventory is then sent directly to the customer. Now, if Amazon haven't ordered enough, you're not going to have enough time to get that inventory into the fulfillment center for Amazon to then send the products out to the customer if you run out of inventory that day and need inventory that day. And so there are other options that you could take advantage of if you do run out of stock. Now, what that means is taking that fulfillment center out and looking into an option where you can fulfill those products directly to the consumer via direct fulfillment. So instead, you would receive those customer orders, you would then ship those products directly from the warehouse over to the customer, and voila, your customer then is happy. They can still benefit from the promotion that you have running, and at the same time, you're not missing out on any sales. Now, not all businesses can ship directly to customers, and so there is another option that you can think about, and that is via the Seller Central platform. And you can, if you have to an account on Vendor Central and then also Seller Central, as we also know it as a hybrid approach, you could list those items on Seller Central, send that inventory fulfillment by Amazon, and then if the products fall out of stock on the vendor side, you'll then be able to win that buy box on the seller side. Now, a couple of things to point out if you are taking that approach is to be cautious. It's not to start selling on Seller Central to influence in any way the price that Amazon is selling at on the vendor side. So that means not discounting those products on Seller Central to win the buy box. It is just there as an inventory reserve in case you run out of stock on the vendor side. So there's two routes really: direct fulfillment and Seller Central. Now, another point on direct fulfillment, how to do that is you basically have both options available. Amazon can place purchase orders and send for you to send in inventory to their fulfillment centers, and then you can also have direct fulfillment set up and inventory locked against those items. So as soon as, or if you fall out of stock on the vendor side from Amazon's fulfillment networks, the business can easily switch over to direct fulfillment. So you do need to make sure you're set up for direct fulfillment and also ensure that you do have inventory against the products that you want to make available. Hopefully you're not going to experience any out of stocks, but it's always good to have a backup plan. If you want to find out more about selling on Amazon as a seller or vendor, make sure you sign up to our YouTube channel.